Okay, Ariba, you want to ask something? If there is any question, this is to all participants. If there is any question, I will take at the end of the class. If there is any problem in listening to me or watching the sharing of a screen, you can write your question in the chat box. फरकान स्क्रीन शेयरिंग या वॉइस में तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना साउंड में?
मैडम आपकी साउंड थोड़ी सी लो है।
लो है?
जी।
अच्छा, तो स्पीकर को मैं करीब रखूं?
यस मैम।
अब सही है?
जी मैडम, आप कंटिन्यू कीजिए।
किसी ने अरीबा ने रेस किया था हैंड, आप जरा देख लीजिएगा कि शी आस्किंग अ क्वेश्चन या यही?
आपकी साउंड अब सही है, बेहतर है।
So I was just saying that this is a revision of what glands we are going to discuss. We will be going, endocrine module is good in a way that every week we'll be discussing one gland, okay? We'll start with the anatomy and histology, and then we will be discussing development as far as anatomy is concerned, while rest of the topics you will cover in physiology as well as biochemistry. So first we are discussing hypothalamus and pituitary gland, then we will move on to the thyroid and parathyroid gland, then we will be discussing the pancreas, and then we'll be discussing last the adrenal gland. The ovaries and testicles. So we will be discussing these both glands in the reproductive module. Thymus you have already discussed in the blood module. Pineal gland or pineal gland we have discussed in the neurosciences module. Maybe physiology people they take a class, but we are not going to take any class on pineal gland separately. If you have any question regarding all these topics, you can ask anytime through the ed module. Okay. So there are, you know, the way an endocrine gland works. It releases hormones, and how hormones are going to act on different parts, different organs of the body, it is through the receptor system. Each receptor is highly specific, and hormone is also specific for that specified receptors. Plus, there are certain receptors which are on the cell membranes. There are certain receptors which are intracytoplasmic, and some receptors which are on the nuclear membrane. So this way they are absolutely different in the way they function. So today we are discussing the development of pituitary gland. We will not be discussing the development of hypothalamus. The reason is hypothalamus is a neuronal derivative. It is a derivative of diencephalon, and it's a neuronal part. Okay, but when we are going to discuss the pituitary gland, yes, the way the pituitary gland develops from the diencephalon we will discuss along with the hypothalamus. Just a review of what parts we are going to discuss whenever this picture is given. See, from now onwards, your assignment will not only be based on MCQs. We are asked, we'll be discussing some, you know, the ways by which you can think and then answer. For example, we can give this picture and then ask you to identify different structures, or we can give you one or two short questions like you write in the auspice stations. So we'll be giving a different way of you know assignments. So what parts, for example, if this diagram is given, you must identify which part is the anterior pituitary gland, which part is the posterior pituitary gland, what do we mean by infundibulum, what do we mean by median eminence, and where is the hypothalamus. Okay, and what are the immediate relations of the pituitary gland. In this diagram, you can see the first and the foremost important relation is the optic chiasma. Optic chiasma is part of the visual tract or the visual pathway, and this is an immediate relation anterior to the pituitary gland. where there is sella turcica anterior, just anterior to that. In between the two anterior glenoid process, there is optic chiasma or a sulcus, where the optic chiasma lies, where there is decussation of the nasal fibers of the optic nerve. I hope you remember we have discussed in the special sciences, special senses module, as well as the neurosciences. So this is hypothalamus. Now what are the parts which we are going to discuss as far as development is concerned? This is anterior pituitary gland. Okay, anterior pituitary gland further is divided into three parts. The main part is chunk goes towards the pars distalis. This is larger part, and this is the part where the hormones which are released by the anterior pituitary, like FSH, LH, prolactin, growth hormone, TSH, and the ACTH. All these hormones, they are released mainly from the pars distalis. Then there is a part which lies in between anterior and the posterior pituitary gland, which is actually a thin layer of tissue. This is known as the pars intermedia. Then there is one part which extends from the pars distalis, but it encircles the infundibulum. Infundibulum is a connection between the posterior pituitary and the hypothalamus, right? So there is a part of the anterior pituitary. ये आप एक यूँ समझ लें कि this part is important because this is a part which actually holds the infundibulum. यूँ समझ लें क्योंकि developmentally the anterior pituitary is derived from a different source and the posterior pituitary is derived from a different source. तो आप यूँ समझ लें कि जो anterior pituitary develop हो रहा है तो वो यूँ जाके infundibulum को पकड़ रहा है, ठीक है, पकड़ रहा है ताकि hold it remains, it gets a hold on the posterior pituitary, and then throughout life they remain connected. Okay, so you'll understand further. So this part which is actually encircling or holding the in other words, ये अगर infundibulum ऊपर से आ रहा है तो ये part जो है वो encircle कर रहा है, ठीक है, anterior pituitary का pituitary की extension. This part is known as pars tuberalis. Okay, this part which is encircling is known as pars tuberalis. Now there is another term which you will read is the median eminence. Median eminence is the exact point where the hypothalamus is connected to the posterior pituitary. The infundibulum is the stalk-like structure which goes down and then expands to form the posterior pituitary gland. Okay, so these are just different parts which are present within the pituitary gland, and we'll be discussing development of these different parts. That's why you must, remember. I hope you remember. You already have discussed. Plus, there are certain important relations. You can see the pituitary gland, as we say, this is the master gland of the body, as it controls the rest of the hormones or rest of the glands, and this is well protected. See this whole pituitary gland. I hope you have seen the skull and you have seen the sella turcica. Sella turcica is a very small structure. So this pituitary gland is lying entirely inside the sella turcica. Only the pars tuberalis, the infundibulum, median eminence, they are above it. Okay, and what is the structure which covers the pituitary gland over here? You can write in the chat box. What is the structure which covers the pituitary gland over here? And there is a hole in that structure to allow the infundibulum. Please do write in the chat box. Okay, so this is the sella turcica, okay, bony part, and then this is the pituitary gland. And one important thing that this is the if we take a coronal section, okay, this section is exactly taken where there is optic chiasma. Okay, so when we cut that section, now what are the structures which are lying right and left to the pituitary gland? This is optic chiasma, yellowish. You can see this is the pituitary gland, okay, and this is the infundibulum or pituitary. This is also known as pituitary stalk. Okay, on either side of the pituitary gland there is a venous sinus which is known as cavernous sinus. Now this either side of the pituitary gland is very, very important. The reason is that it consists of not only this venous sinus but very important structures. Now, what are those structures? Apart from that venous or cavernous sinus, there is the internal carotid artery which is lying inside, plus there are cranial nerves which are lying inside. Now, what are those cranial nerves? These are the two divisions of the trigeminal nerve, plus they are the, means this is the maxillary as well as the ophthalmic division, plus abducens nerve, oculomotor nerve, and the trochlear nerve. These are the nerves which are lying within the wall of the cavernous sinus. Okay, any abnormality within the cavernous sinus will compress these nerves and the artery. Artery is compressed little less. The reason it is very thick walled. Nerves are compressed first. If there is tumor of the pituitary gland, it will compress the cavernous sinus, but first it will compress the optic chiasma. Then it may compress the cavernous sinus. It's less likely that it will compress these nerves because they are quite far away from the pituitary gland. By the time it will compress these structures, there are many other symptoms which are produced. That's why pituitary gland is diagnosed. So, anterosuperiorly, pituitary gland is related to the optic chiasma. Laterally, it is related to the cavernous sinus and internal carotid artery and important nerves. Below, it is related to the sella turcica, which is the bony part. And below that sella turcica, there is body of the sphenoid bone, which contains the sphenoidal air sinuses. I hope this picture is very much clear to you. In a sense that these relations of pituitary gland are always asked. Okay, so remember these structures. Now, this is a cut section of the pituitary gland, which shows the infundibular stalk, the pars distalis, the pars tuberalis, and in between there is a cleft. Why this cleft is there, we'll be discussing, and then we have the pars nervosa. These are the hormones which are released. We are not going in detail. Now, coming to the development of the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland, as we discussed, has two parts. One is the anterior pituitary gland, another is the posterior pituitary gland. The anterior pituitary gland is purely derived from the surface ectoderm, okay? And that part is known as Rathke's pouch, okay? Anterior pituitary कहाँ से develop हो रहा है? The question, the options may be, one of the option may be Rathke's pouch, okay? तो आपको Rathke's pouch पे टिक करना होगा. अच्छा, अगर Rathke's pouch नहीं है, सिर्फ layers दिए हुए हैं, neuroectoderm, surface ectoderm, mesoderm, intermediate mesoderm, etc. So you have to click the or select the option of surface ectoderm because it is the surface ectoderm which gives rise to Rathke's pouch. Rathke's pouch further developed into the anterior pituitary, and anterior pituitary gland will further divide into its three parts, that is pars distalis, about 75% is the pars distalis, then tuberalis and the intermediate, okay? The posterior pituitary gland is derived directly from the diencephalon part of the neuroectoderm, okay? So the options given may be either diencephalon, mesencephalon, prosencephalon, rhombencephalon, or the options given may be neuroectoderm, surface ectoderm, mesoderm. I hope you are understanding. So in both of the cases, either you have to select neuroectoderm or the option given would be that it is developed from diencephalon. So you have to select एक ही option इन दोनों में से होगा, दोनों नहीं होंगे, right? अच्छा, अगर दोनों भी हों तो आपको कौन सा option select करना चाहिए? For example, you can write answer of this as well. Actually, I am unable to view your chat box right now. Once I stop sharing the screen, I think then I can see. फुरकान इसी तरह है, मैं चैट बॉक्स देख सकती हूँ जो ये आंसर्स लिख रहे हैं.
जी मैडम देख सकते हो.
अच्छा, तो वो मुझे इस पे मोर पे क्लिक करना है.
जी मोर पे क्लिक कीजिए, वहां से चैट आ जाए.
पार्टिसिपेंट्स में से
मैडम ऊपर मोर का जो बटन है ना, मोर पे क्लिक कीजिए, उसमें चैट होगा.
हाँ, ओके फाइन. Okay. Yes, I was just looking for the first answer which I got. Maria has answered diaphragma sella. Yes, and What is diaphragma? Maria has, Muzammil has answered. Yes, Aisha, Zainab. Okay. No, Zainab has answered sella turcica. Beta, sella turcica is the area below the pituitary gland, or it is the area where pituitary gland is lying. My question was, which is the layer which covers the pituitary gland from above? Okay, and that is diaphragma sella. And what is diaphragma sella? It is the part of the dura mater. Okay, it is the modification of the dura mater. Like we have read different parts of the dura mater, like a sickle-shaped fold which is present in between the longitudinal fissure, like tentorium cerebelli, tentorium cerebelli. These are the folds of the modifications of the dura mater which are present in between the brain tissue. So one of the modification of the dura mater is the diaphragma sella, which is a little covering over the यूं समझ लें ये रूफ बना रहा होता है ओवर सेला टर्सिका. बहुत छोटा सा एक फोल्ड होता है ड्यूरा मेटर का जो सेपरेट कर रहा होता है पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड फ्रॉम रेस्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन टिश्यू. So this is very important. It provides a covering over the pituitary gland. Okay. So my another question which I asked is that if there are two options given, for example, which of the following is the source of development of anterior pituitary? If two options are given, surface ectoderm as well as Rathke's pouch. Usually it should not be there. ठीक है. सिलेक्ट वन ऑप्शन होता है तो दोनों नहीं आ सकते, लेकिन अगर दोनों आ रहे हैं तो आप कौन सा सिलेक्ट करेंगे? सरफेस एक्टोडर्म और Rathke's pouch. Okay, till you select the answer. Okay, fine. Jusra, Suraksha, Shaima, yes, I got the answer. It is Rathke's pouch. You are very right. The reason is that Rathke's pouch is more specific. Okay. Now, why Rathke's pouch is more specific? Because this is the structure. आपको जो क्वेश्चन करना होता है उसमें क्या होता है कि आपको सिलेक्ट वन बेस्ट ऑप्शन. ठीक है. उसमें चारों भी ट्रू हो सकते हैं. जब FCPS पार्ट 1 का एग्जाम होता है तो उसमें चारों हमें ट्रू ऑप्शंस मिलते हैं. द रीजन इज दैट आपको बेस्ट ऑप्शन सिलेक्ट करना है. तो Rathke's pouch वो स्ट्रक्चर है जिससे सिर्फ और सिर्फ एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी डेवलप होगा. सरफेस एक्टोडर्म वो स्ट्रक्चर है जिससे ना सिर्फ एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी मींस Rathke's pouch बट ऑल अदर स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑफ द सरफेस एक्टोडर्म विल बी डेवलप्ड. So that's why this surface ectoderm is not as specific as Rathke's pouch. Similarly, neuroectoderm is not as specific as the diencephalon, right? So in this way, you can select the options, right? So sometimes both of the options may come, and then you have to select the more specific option. So just remember that the anterior pituitary gland develops from Rathke's pouch. Now, what is Rathke's pouch? We'll be discussing, and the neuroectoderm or the diencephalon will give rise to posterior pituitary gland and it start. So, okay. Now, for understanding the development of Rathke's pouch, you need to understand one important part, that is the स्टेमोडियम. We have discussed many times. स्टेमोडियम हमने लास्ट टाइम नेजल कैविटी की डेवलपमेंट में भी डिस्कस किया था, और इट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज द प्रिमिटिव ओरल कैविटी. ओके. नाउ प्रिमिटिव ओरल कैविटी और स्टेमोडियम इज द एरिया. ओके. दिस इज द एरिया वेयर द एंडोडर्म इज इन डायरेक्ट कॉन्टेक्ट विद द एक्टोडर्म. ठीक है. और ये फ्यूचर ओरल कैविटी है. ठीक है. It is covered by the buccopharyngeal membrane, which then ruptures during 4th week, and ultimately it gets a communication. So यहाँ पे जो माउथ रीजन पे जो एक्टोडर्म कवर कर रहा है, इस रीजन के एक्टोडर्म से, ठीक है, कहीं और का एक्टोडर्म नहीं जाएगा Rathke's pouch बनाने. जिस रीजन पे स्टेमोडियम है, माउथ एक्टिविटी है, उस रीजन का जो एक्टोडर्म है, that will take part in the formation of the Rathke's pouch. ठीक है. एक और जो जगह जहाँ पे एक्टोडर्म और एंडोडर्म दोनों मिल रहे हैं, that is this point where I kept this red dot. It is known as the cloaca. ठीक है. तो cloaca और the stemodium, these are the both areas where the oral and the ectoderm and the endoderm both are joining. तो जहाँ पे oral cavity बनेगी फ्यूचर में, वहाँ पे ectoderm का थोड़ा सा पार्ट एक पाउच बना के ऊपर जाता है, ठीक है। अब देखें ये जो आप स्ट्रक्चर देख रहे हैं ब्लू, दिस ब्लू स्ट्रक्चर इज द न्यूरल ट्यूब। ये पूरा का पूरा जो है ये न्यूरल ट्यूब डेवलप हो रहा है, ठीक है। अच्छा, न्यूरल ट्यूब के बिल्कुल नीचे आप देखें ये स्टोमोडियम। अब स्टोमोडियम से जो पाउच बनेगा दिस विल गो अप टूवर्ड्स द न्यूरल ट्यूब, ठीक है। और न्यूरल ट्यूब से जो डायंसेफेलॉन बन रहा है वो पोर्शन नीचे आएगा। तो न्यूरल ट्यूब का पोर्शन जो है, न्यूरल ट्यूब का पोर्शन, डायंसेफेलॉन का पोर्शन नीचे आएगा, ठीक है। और जो ओरल कैविटी है उसका पोर्शन ऊपर जाएगा। तो ये दोनों पोर्शन मीन्स न्यूरोएक्टोडर्म का पोर्शन और ये स्टोमोडियम का पोर्शन, ये एक ऊपर जा रहा है एक नीचे आ रहा है। एक टाइम आएगा कि ये दोनों आपस में मिल जाएंगे। ये जब दोनों आपस में मिल जाएंगे तो ये पार्ट बनाएगा एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी और ये पार्ट बनाएगा पोस्टीरियर पिट्यूटरी। ओके, आई विल शो यू फर्दर इन डायग्राम, दिस इज जस्ट टू गिव यू कॉन्सेप्ट, ठीक है। अब ये एरिया है स्टोमोडियम का, ठीक है। दिस इज द फ्यूचर ओरोनेजल कैविटी एंड देयर विल बी फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द ओरल प्लेट। यहाँ पे ये एक्टोडर्म है, ठीक है। अब इस एक्टोडर्म के पोर्शन से ये देखिए, और ये जो है ये एंडोडर्म है, येलो एंडोडर्म है। ये ब्लू जो आप देख रहे हैं दिस इज न्यूरल ट्यूब एंड दिस डार्क ब्लू लाइन इज द एक्टोडर्म। अब यहाँ से एक ओरल कैविटी से एक पाउच निकलेगा, ये समझ लें एक एक्सटेंशन निकलेगी विच विल ग्रो अपवर्ड्स, ठीक है। ये देखिए दिस इज द फ्यूचर स्टोमोडियम और यहाँ से ओरल कैविटी से ये एक पाउच निकल रहा है जो ऊपर जा रहा है, ठीक है, ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है। दिस पाउच जो ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है फ्रॉम द ओरल कैविटी इज नोन एज रैटकीज पाउच, ठीक है। अब ये ऊपर जाके कहाँ जा रहा है, I'll show you. This is another diagram. You can see this is the surface ectoderm and the future oral cavity, and this is the diencephalon. Now, Rathke's pouch is an extension which will grow up. Okay. अच्छा, पहले आप समझ लें कोई स्कल और ये this is happening during third week. Means the Rathke's pouch or the pouch which will start from the stomodium will start during third week. This time पे folding of embryo हो रही है, तो फोल्डिंग आफ्टर थर्ड वीक फोल्डिंग भी होगी, प्लस में बाकी सब स्ट्रक्चर्स भी बनना शुरू होंगे। अभी तक कुछ मतलब स्कल बोन्स कुछ नहीं बना। तो न्यूरल ट्यूब जो है इट इज कनेक्टेड टू द ओरल कैविटी समझ लें। तो इसीलिए ये रैथकीज पाउच ये ऊपर चला जाता है, उसके बाद ये स्कल फेरेंजियल आर्चेज ये सारी चीज़ें बन जाती हैं। तो पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड बिकम्स पार्ट ऑफ द ब्रेन, ठीक है। तो यू कैन सी दिस इज द एक्सटेंशन। This pouch will ultimately form a constriction where it is connected to the stomodium and ultimately it will lose its connection. देखें ये आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ये जो रैथकीज पाउच है ये ऊपर चला जाएगा, ओरल कैविटी से ऊपर चला जाएगा। एक टाइम आएगा कि उसका जो कनेक्शन है ओरल कैविटी से वो डिटैच हो जाएगा, ठीक है, वो डिटैच हो जाएगा। तो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। ये जो है रैथकीज पाउच है, देखें यहाँ से एक चीज़ डेवलप हो रही है, कहाँ पे, डायरेक्ट जा रही है ब्रेन में, ठीक। अब इसका कनेक्शन ओरल कैविटी के साथ नहीं होना चाहिए। ऑल टुगेदर पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड इज एन एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड व्हिच हैज डिफरेंट mode of action, different functions. It has nothing to do with digestion and absorption, right? So it must not maintain its relation with the oral cavity. अगर इसका relations maintain रहेगा, that would be responsible for congenital abnormalities. We'll discuss at the end. ठीक है? तो Rathke's pouch, it is an extension of the stomodium or surface ectoderm that grows proximally or superiorly towards the neuroectoderm and ultimately it loses the connection. Okay, now after losing the connection then there is rapid development, ठीक है, क्योंकि पाउच पहले अंदर से खाली है, ये यूं है बिल्कुल अंदर से खाली है, सिर्फ एक ये सरफेस एक्टोडर्म की वॉल है। लेकिन ये जैसे ही न्यूरोएक्टोडर्म से कांटेक्ट में आता है डिफरेंट जीन्स आर रिलीज्ड एंड दीज जीन्स हेल्प इन ग्रोथ ऑफ द एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी एज वेल एज पोस्टीरियर पिट्यूटरी। आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे वॉल थिन है जो रैथकीज पाउच की, यहाँ पे जब इसका कनेक्शन टूट गया एंड इट इज इन कॉन्टेक्ट विद द न्यूरोएक्टोडर्म देन देयर इज रैपिड इंक्रीज इन द थिकनेस। अ टाइम विल कम कि ये जो बीच में होल है ये गायब हो जाएगा और ये there will be mitosis inside and different cells will grow and all these cells initially they will be premature cells will not be able to secrete any hormones, but later on they will further subdivide into different groups to form different cells. Now this anterior pituitary gland or Rathke's pouch will grow rapidly when it comes in contact with the neuroectoderm, and it will divide in three parts. एक part वो होगा which is lying anterior to the neuroectoderm, and this part is known as pars distalis. एक part वो होगा जो ऊपर जाके infundibulum को पकड़ेगा, ठीक है, infundibulum को surround करेगा. This part will be known as pars tuberalis, and there will be one part which will be sandwiched between the neuroectoderm and the surface ectoderm or Rathke's pouch, that will be known as pars intermedia. Remember that we still do not know the exact function of the pars intermedia. The reason is that the pars intermedia, it is said that it is functional in some animals. In humans हो सकता है आप में से कोई साइंटिस्ट जो है, आप अगर नींद से जाग जाएं तो आप में से कोई साइंटिफिक रिसर्च करे on the exact action or functions of the pars intermedia. Up till now we don't know the exact the proper function of the intermedia. So anyways, so these are the three parts. I hope you are clear about how the anterior lobe, the pars distalis, the pars tuberalis and the pars intermedia developed from the Rathke's pouch. Rathke's pouch is an extension, upward extension of the surface ectoderm or the oral cavity or the stomodium, and it goes proximally, it forms a pouch, and then it loses its connection with the oral cavity, and ultimately it comes in contact with the neuroectoderm, and then it proliferates and forms the different cells of the anterior pituitary gland. Okay, so this was about anterior pituitary. Now we are coming to the posterior pituitary gland. The posterior pituitary gland is also known as neurohypophysis because altogether it is a hypophysis gland. Neurohypophysis is a part that is actually neurohypophysis develops from the diencephalon part. I hope you remember we are back on the same diagram which we have been discussing a lot during the neurosciences module, that initially the neural tube is altogether is a single tube. Later on during folding it forms different vesicles in the upper part. Lower part will form the spinal cord. The proximal part of the neural tube forms primary brain vesicles and secondary brain vesicles. The secondary brain vesicles are the prosencephalon divides into the telencephalon and the diencephalon. Okay, this is the telencephalon and this is the diencephalon. The diencephalon is the part which will give rise to different structures. Now, what are those structures? There are many structures which are developing. Now, this whole is the diencephalon. It will give rise to the hypothalamus, thalamus, epithalamus, and the subthalamus part. Apart from that, it will give rise to the optic stalk. Okay, optic stalk diencephalon से निकलेगा to form the optic cup. Stalk से optic nerve बनेगी and optic cup से retina and other structures will be formed. It gives rise to pituitary gland. This is what we are going to discuss, and thalamus, hypothalamus, and subthalamus. All these structures are also developed from this secondary brain vesicle, which is known as the hypothalamus. So we are on the same diagram. What happens that during the whenever there is development of the rest of the parts of the diencephalon, that is thalamus, hypothalamus से एक small, this is hypothalamus, एक small extension आती है lower down as soon as. अब देखें ये इन दोनों का आपस में कनेक्शन बहुत जरूरी है. अगर न्यूरोहाइपोफिसिस नीचे ग्रो कर रहा है और नीचे से रैथकी's पाउच नहीं आ रहा तो न्यूरोहाइपोफिसिस भी नहीं बनेगा. मीन्स इट विल गिव अ पाउच बट उसके अंदर जो है स्पेसिफिक सेल्स नहीं बनेंगे. अच्छा, अगर न्यूरोहाइपोफिसिस नीचे नहीं आ रहा और रैथकी's पाउच ऊपर जा रहा है तो रैथकी's पाउच की डेवलपमेंट नहीं होगी अगर न्यूरोहाइपोफिसिस नहीं हुआ. तो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट दे बोथ कम इन कॉन्टेक्ट फर्स्ट. आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे दे शुड कम इन कॉन्टेक्ट फर्स्ट and then they will further differentiate and ultimately grow. अब देख लें जैसे ही ये कांटेक्ट हो रहा है इमीडिएटली रैथकी's पाउच की साइज बड़ी हो रही है इट इज लूजिंग द कनेक्शन, और इसी तरह ये जो न्यूरो हाइपोफिसिस है वो भी ग्रो करके नीचे आ रहा है, ठीक है। तो न्यूरो हाइपोफिसिस यहाँ पे आके फिट हो जाएगा, और एडिनो हाइपोफिसिस यहाँ पे इस एंटीरियर पार्ट ऑफ न्यूरो हाइपोफिसिस में फिट हो जाएंगे, ठीक है। ये दोनों पार्ट्स जो हैं आपस में मिल जाएंगे, बट रिमेंबर डेवलपमेंटली दे आर ऑल टुगेदर डिफरेंट। So there will be growth, but actually this is the extension of the neurons which are present within the hypothalamus. So hypothalamus की extension है जो जो nerve endings हैं, they contain the oxytocin and ADH hormones which are actually formed within the hypothalamus, stored in the posterior pituitary to be released later on, ठीक है। अच्छा, इसमें glial cells भी होते हैं जो, since it is a neuronal derivative, it has the glial cells as well. So glial cells of the pituitary gland or the supporting cells of the pituitary gland are called pituocytes. Okay, आपने histology में पढ़ा होगा. These are called the pituocytes. Okay, so this is all about the anterior and the posterior pituitary gland. I'll be just showing you few diagrams. ये आप देख सकते हैं. During initial development, ये Rathke's pouch है जो ऊपर develop हो रहा है, ठीक है. सॉरी स्टोमोडियम, और यहाँ से रैथकीस पाउच ऊपर जाएगा, और यहाँ से फिर जो न्यूरो हाइपोफिसिस है वो नीचे आएगा. दिस इज द रैथकीस पाउच एंड दिस इज न्यूरो एक्विडम, ठीक है. दोनों आपस में जब मिलेंगे तो रैपिड ग्रोथ होगी, एंड अल्टीमेटली दे विल फॉर्म दी डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द ग्लैंड. So these are the neurons are actually present, the paraventricular nucleus and the supraoptic nucleus, they are present within the hypothalamus, and they send their axons into the posterior pituitary gland, from where there are extensive venous plexuses which will carry the released hormone oxytocin as well as the ADH into the blood. So this is the development of the posterior, this is roof of the stomodium and floor of the diencephalon, okay. So if anyone asks you which part of the stomodium and which part of the diencephalon, it is actually the roof of the stomodium and floor of the diencephalon, ठीक है. These two parts will develop into the anterior and the posterior pituitary gland. You can easily appreciate how these two parts are going to develop, और जैसे ही वो एक दूसरे के कांटेक्ट में आते हैं उसके बाद उनमें ग्रोथ होती है, और वो पार्ट्स डिस्टेलिस, और ये अगेन दिस इज द न्यूरोनल डेरिवेटिव, ठीक है. ये है फ्लोर ऑफ डायनसेफेलॉन एंड दिस इज द रूफ ऑफ स्टोमोडियम. द रूफ ऑफ स्टोमोडियम विल ग्रो अप, फ्लोर विल ग्रो डाउनवर्ड्स. तो ये दोनों जो है जब कांटेक्ट में आते हैं तो अल्टीमेटली दे विल ग्रो मोर and will form the Rathke's pouch will form the anterior pituitary, and the neurohypophysis will be formed by the floor of the diencephalon part. Ultimately, they will grow and form the. This is pars tuberalis holding the stalk or the pentagellum. This part is known as median eminence. These are the different hormones. Okay, so extension of the diencephalon plus stomodium. Now, if by some reason I told you that there is a connection between the roof of the stomodium, okay, and the anterior pituitary gland, this connection has to be lost, ठीक है. ये जरूरी है कि ये खत्म हो जाए. अगर ये खत्म नहीं होगा, if this connection is there, although anterior pituitary will develop, posterior pituitary will develop, but ये connection एक यूँ समझ लें धागे की तरह रूफ ऑफ माउथ से धागे की तरह अटैच है टू विद द एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी. ये जो धागा है आगे जाके, या कॉर्ड है, या आप जो भी समझ लें, ये जो कनेक्शन है आगे जाके एक ट्यूमर बनाएगा. दैट वुड बी नोन एज क्रेनियोफेरेंजियोमा. ओके, सो वन ऑफ द कंजेनाइटल एबनॉर्मलिटी व्हिच कैन either congenital or it can develop during the childhood period, but the connection is remaining, so it will grow. आप ये देख सकते हैं, it will grow and can cause compression within the brain or other structures, ठीक है. ये जो कनेक्शन है वो ग्रो करके ओरल कैविटी से ऊपर जाके वो कनेक्शन जो है ग्रो कर सकता है एबनॉर्मल सेल्स में, ठीक है, एबनॉर्मल इमेच्योर सेल्स, एंड अल्टीमेटली इट विल cause compression, will cause headache, it may compress the optic chiasma and cause the abnormality. So this is the one congenital abnormality which can happen within the pituitary gland. Okay, so this is the craniopharyngioma. This is when there is when the connection between the pituitary gland and the oral cavity remains, it may lead to the compression by a tumor. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. Actually, the topic of anterior and posterior pituitary development is not much. I just extended that topic to make you understand more. What you have to remember in the anterior and pituitary and posterior pituitary gland is that it starts developing during 3rd week of development. The anterior pituitary develops from the stomodium, roof of the stomodium, and posterior pituitary develops from the floor of the diencephalon. Both of these parts extend and then the Rathke's pouch gets detached. Remember, posterior pituitary is not detaching from the from its parent part. It remains because ऊपर से न्यूरॉन्स आ रहे हैं, वो डिटैच नहीं हो सकते, ठीक है, उनका कनेक्शन जरूरी है. ये जो ओरल कैविटी का कनेक्शन है ये जरूरी है कि डिटैच हो जाए, ठीक है. तो Rathke's pouch and then the neuronal part both come in contact and form the different parts of the anterior and posterior pituitary gland. This is all what you have to memorize. Okay, so is there any question? Okay, Muzammil is asking question for repeating the relations of the pituitary gland. Yes, okay. Muzammil, though this is actually not part of the development, I must say, but remember that this is almost always asked. जो relations हैं pituitary gland के हमेशा पूछे जाते हैं. So I'm repeating the relations of the pituitary gland. The anterosuperior relation is the optic chiasma. आपको पता है कि the pituitary gland lies in sella turcica. Okay, this is the sella turcica, and then anterosuperiorly it has the optic chiasma, and then rest of the pituitary gland is covered by diaphragma sellae. This is the superior relation. ठीक है, roof of the pituitary gland or superior relation of the pituitary gland is the diaphragma sellae. Anterosuperiorly lies the this optic chiasma. Posteriorly there are posterior clinoid process. ठीक है, ये हो गया superior relation. ठीक है, inferior relation अगर हम बात करें तो where the pituitary gland is lying, it is lying on the sella turcica. ठीक है, sella turcica कहाँ पे है? Body of sphenoid. तो body of sphenoid के अंदर क्या है? The sphenoidal air cells. ठीक है, ये body of sphenoid है, ये whole, and this is the sphenoidal air sinuses. Then we have the lateral relations. Now, what are the lateral relations of the pituitary gland? There are two venous sinuses on either side, paired venous sinuses. These are known as cavernous venous sinuses. Cavernous इसलिए कहते हैं क्योंकि इसमें अंदर आप देखें पॉकेट्स बने हुए हैं, ठीक है, venous sinuses के पॉकेट्स बने हुए हैं. That's why it is known as cavernous, means spaces, large spaces. So this cavernous sinus contains certain important structures. So these important structures are actually present inside the cavernous sinus. So that's why they are forming lateral relation of the pituitary gland. What are those? Internal carotid artery. Then we have the abducens nerve. We have the two divisions of the trigeminal nerve, which are the ophthalmic and the maxillary division. And we have the oculomotor as well as the trochlear nerve. Okay? Three nerves, cranial nerves, which are supplying the extraocular muscles, are part of the cavernous sinus, that is oculomotor, abducens and trochlear. Okay? और दो जो हैं divisions of the trigeminal nerve, maxillary and the ophthalmic. Mandibular division नहीं होती, ठीक है? Mandibular division is not part of this. So these are the lateral relations of the pituitary gland. Superiorly and anterosuperiorly, I told you it's optic chiasma and diaphragma sellae. Inferiorly, it is the sphenoid, body of sphenoid and the sphenoid air cells.